Hey, Miles Beckler here. In this video, we're going to look inside of my Facebook ads swipe file for Facebook advertisement examples that you can use to learn and understand how to create a great Facebook ad. Cool, so I've got 6 different ads that I've kind of taken screenshots on my cell phone. So as I'm browsing Facebook in the evening and whatnot, just kind of goofing off, I'll note what is popping up in my timeline on the advertisements, and ones that really I find compelling or interesting, I just take a quick screenshot of them and then I sync them into a folder on my computer, so when I'm building my advertisements and I'm building my campaigns, I can kind of reference them and I can see what the pros are doing. Now, most of these people we're going to be looking at are who I consider big-time professionals in the internet marketing industry. I don't really mimic or copy what new marketers or people I've never heard of are. If I've read their books and been through their 4-figure courses, then I'll consider paying attention to them, because honestly, most if not all of these people running these ads have specialists running their ads. So these people aren't necessarily running their own ads. They have really high value, high dollar teams running their ads, and that's the kind of insight I want. I'm not trying to follow the hacks, I'm trying to follow the pros. With that said, let me get myself out of the way over here, and let's pull up our first ad, which comes from, or which is, Frank Kern. So in this ad, there's a few things I want you to notice, and right off the top, the first thing is it starts with a question, right? Would you like to quit wasting time chasing clients that will never buy from you? Now, when the human brain, or when we receive a question, when we hear a question, it's actually like psychologically impossible for us to not answer that question, even if it's a silent kind of moment and a silent answer. And this is because the way the brain works, the thinking patterns in our brain are actually based on questions. We're always questioning things in our heads, and that's actually what thinking is. Should I go here? Should I do this? Should I turn left? Should I go right? Should I keep going? Should I reconsider this? Should I continue watching this video? That's how the brain works. So when our language pattern in the copy of our ads mimics that, it actually engages the brain. Excuse me. Another thing to think about is, as people are scrolling through their timeline, the videos are revealed the advertisements are revealed top to bottom, right? So the first thing when you're scrolling, you would see his picture, which is a circle. It's kind of a unique thing. You'll notice everyone else is a square. The name, you'll see that it's sponsored, and then boom, the question, and then you see the image or video, and then you see the call to action here. So one of the best ways for you to start writing ads and to start running ads is to do either question and answer ads or do like problem solution ads. It's a really simple way to get going on your advertising, and I really highly recommend it. So that's what he's done here. So he not only asks a question, but he kind of says, I don't know about you, but I don't want to chase clients. I want them to chase me, which is after this question of like, yeah, I would. And then it's like, yeah, I would like that too. So now I've made 2 mental agreements with this guy, and I read the third line. However, we can't have customers unless we have prospects. And at the end of the day, in order to make a sale and then it hangs on this more, right? And I'm like, oh man, in order to make a sale, I have to learn what he's talking about at this point. And this is the engagement to click this more, where he has even more educational material. This is educational marketing right here, and he's even got a video. If you click play here on Facebook, it would have played the video. And then at the bottom, he's got just 4 words and a call to action. You can put more copy down here. It is possible inside of the Facebook editor. The next video, we're going to go into the Power Editor again and actually build our ads, but I wanted to show you these examples first. So this is an absolute brilliant ad. Frank Kern is a brilliant marketer. Let's move on to the next one. So this is Dan Kennedy and the Glazer Kennedy Insiders Circle. If you notice right away, starts off with a question. Right? So you're scrolling through, did you see this yet? Another thing to keep in mind is that this is interruption marketing, right? When people are on their phone and they're scrolling through their phone on Facebook, they're looking for pictures and comments from their friends and family members, possibly coworkers. So the did you see this yet is such a short sentence that even if we're scrolling really quickly, it's short enough for me to consume in an instant. And I'm like, ooh, what's that? Here's the deal. I like deals. Okay, where are we going with this? And at that point, they've got my brain engaged, and I'm going to read the next one. If this connects with me, which it does because I'm a marketer, I'm an entrepreneur, and I love books, and I love game-changing marketing strategies, I'm pretty hooked in the copy. And you'll notice they've got their link right here above the more, right? So you don't have to click more to actually get the call to action. We do have the learn more down here, and you notice they take advantage of both the headline and the lower text here. But really, this is the bulk of the advertisement. Then they show that it's just $1 circled in red, so it really is attention grabbing. So if I'm a Dan Kennedy fan, if I'm into the No BS, this is his brand. He's got a lot of No BS books out. So if I'm familiar with this brand, I like them, and I see that it's just $1, I'm in. Like they're kind of going for the lowest hanging fruit here, and it's a very simple ad. Now let's go ahead and look at what happens when we click more on this next portion. So this is the same advertisement. You can kind of see down here, and I took another screenshot of it. What they go into after the more is actually testimonials. You can see they've literally got 5 testimonials down here, and then they do one more pitch on what you'll get, what you kind of get from the book if you purchase the book, and then they reiterate 2 times where to get the book. And if you notice, these are different bit.ly links. I guarantee they go to the same place. They're tracking which link, because they get a counter on this, which link gets clicked more. Is it the one that shows up, get it just for $1, or is it the one at the end? So I find that really interesting that they're such professional marketers. They're even checking which link inside of it gets the click. Great use of what I would call a long body kind of Facebook ad. You don't need to create these long ads. They are becoming more and more popular with a lot of the direct response marketers who are doing big things, because sometimes we read an idea and we're not ready to click, but as we read more and we're, oh, goldmine of information, a must read for anyone in business, oh, this book helped things click for me in my market, like, man, I'm just seeing all this third-party credibility. I really need to, get this, is essentially the thought, and there's my opportunity to get it for $1 at the bottom. Cool. Let's keep moving. Next one is Mike Dillard. This is actually promoting his List Grow product. I did a review video on it. I've been through this, and you'll notice he doesn't actually use a question in the form of a question, but he's stating the question that business owners are always asking him. So if I'm a business owner and I know who Mike Dillard is, instantly I'm kind of hooked, right? Business owners are always like, oh, what do business owners always ask this guy? I trust this guy. I like his content. He's pretty smart. He's made $50 million in 5 years. Like, dude knows what he's doing. And I'm in. So that's the hook, right? That gets me into the copy. And then down here, if you notice, this is brilliant. So he talks about the amateur way, which doesn't work, and spamming your social media, which might add 1 to 3, and more. So this is like a cliffhanger, right? This is the cliffhanger at the end of the show on Lost that forces me to, I don't know what's going on, but I have to know what's going on inside of this. So I click and I get the full ad, which is here. And you can see it just perfectly follows. The tempo keeps going, and then there's the professional way, which is what real businesses use to add 300 to 1,000 new subscribers per day to their list. So if I'm a business owner, an online business owner, and I'm growing my email list, I don't want this result, which is 1 to 3. I want the professional way, which is 300 to 1,000. So at this point, I'm engaged and I want more. So literally, he not only talks about, then he goes on to talk about his success, and there's another more button. I didn't take a screenshot of this because it was very long text on this. And you can see he's got the headline, he's got the one-liner down here, and then he's got the learn more button. And at the bottom of the post here, he has the link that is the same link as the learn more. And in all Facebook ads, when you click on the image, that image actually takes you to the same place that the learn more button does. So one other thing to keep in mind real quick is he's just using a picture of himself, right? Most of these, the Dan Kennedy one looked a little bit like an advertisement, but most of these are going to look like just pictures of people, maybe a book image, because people like books, and it kind of associates different thoughts and ideas and credibility factors. But really, a lot of people are just going to use their face in these images, because that's what we're expecting to see in Facebook. We don't want to see big pop-outs and starbursts and flashy kind of like advertisements that you would see in a magazine, because that doesn't fly on Facebook. This is interruption marketing. They're expecting pictures of the grandparents or the grandkids or the family members and their friends, etc. So we need to kind of appear like a friend in their timeline. So let's go on to the next one. This is for a free plus shipping funnel that Frank Kern was running. I've covered a free plus shipping funnel, how to set one of these up in a different video. I'll link to it in the description. And what's really powerful about this is the fact that you get to market free, right? Like literally right here, free book. I mean, it's so easy to market a free book. So again, if you'd like to sell lots of high-end products and services, this will be the most important book you'll ever read. The system he outlines in a free book is working great for him, and he believes it can help me too. And then it's not like anything you've ever read before. We can kind of infer what that is. We always like new ideas. As a business owner, we're always kind of like in the back of our mind, whether we believe it or not, we're always thinking there's some new idea, there's some new way to do things out there that I haven't learned yet. And if I learn that, that'll scale my business. It's generally not true. It's just hard work and consistency and following through. But he's playing on that very well here, and getting that more clicked is going to get me deeper into the copy. And then there's an order button or a link to get the book itself. And of course, if we click the headline, if we click the image, it's going to take us to the book. I think they've got the book here because they expect everyone to click this book right here. Let's move on to the next one. Keep moving as quickly as we can logically. So this is a great example of a retargeting ad, right? So a retargeting ad, one of the best retargeting marketing campaigns is a 3 reasons campaign. So what happened here is I actually went to this landing page and I did not subscribe to go into his funnel. I didn't take that next step. I didn't subscribe. I didn't attend the webinar. When I went back to Facebook, since I had that Facebook tracking pixel on my browser, this is the advertisement that appeared. And what he's doing is he's giving me more information on what I'm going to learn by going through the training webinar, right? How to ethically steal my competitors' highest converting funnels, how to clone their proven funnels in less than 10 minutes, how to get their same customers to buy my products. These are, as a business owner, these are 3 of the most compelling things that I'm looking for. These are also 3 of the things that his funnel hacking educational program and his ClickFunnels software program do. So he's at the same time kind of associating in my brain and pre-qualifying me further, like, hey, if you wanted these results, you really need to come back into my funnel and re-enter. And if I take that action, I'm that much more likely to be a great prospect for his products and his services. So if you're looking at running a retargeting campaign, and because most of the people who reach your squeeze page are going to leave and they're not going to take the action. If you're getting over a 50% conversion rate on your opt-in page, you're probably not watching this video. That's a really, really good opt-in rate. So if you're at the 25 to 30% opt-in rate, that means 70% of people are not taking the action that you want, and you paid for that click. So you want to reintroduce them to your content from a new angle when they go back to Facebook, and this is a perfect example of that. You want to do a 3 reasons why ad. You don't actually say 3 reasons why, but it literally, you're giving me the 3 reasons why I should go back and take the action that I almost took, and for a lot of people this is enough to get them to take that action. One more advertisement. It's a long copy. We've got two sections. So the first thing on this one is he used imagery from an old famous painting, which I think is really interesting because a lot of people feel like a lot of people are going to recognize this wave. It's like an old, it's a take on an old Japanese painting. So there's some familiarity there, I believe. He's also got a quote from Forbes saying businesses who ignore this trend will be on life support in 4 to 7 years. That's a huge statement from a very, very kind of like professional industry-based magazine. So there's a lot of credibility that goes on here, and there's a mental association for something I'm familiar with in this imagery. So Yannick Silver, if you hear a nagging little voice that you are not doing the work you're meant to, so he's not asking a question, but he is, right? If you hear a nagging little voice, and who doesn't have that voice inside of them that's saying, do more, be more, there's more for you out there in the world. So instantly right here, he's kind of pre-qualifying us all. He's hooked us in like, oh man, I hear that voice. Then you read the next line, that you aren't fully utilizing your talents and abilities to the highest potential. We all know we're not operating at our highest potential. It's practically impossible to do so. So he really is drawing in people who have large ambitions, people who are really interested and excited to kind of grow big businesses. These kinds of people are usually interested in investing in themselves and investing in information. If you notice, he uses that and ... more. So it's just a brutal cliffhanger right here. Psychologically, if I've read these first 3 lines, it's really difficult for me not to read the next line. I took a screenshot of this. So, and you can't shake the feeling that you might fall short of your potential. So he's gone from the voice in the head, the thought that we're not fully utilizing our talents, to can't shake the feeling. Now, at the feeling level, he's got us. If we've read this and we can feel that feeling, at that point, we're kind of like, okay, I need to pay attention to this guy because he gets what I feel. And that's important. When we meet people on a level of feeling, really powerful things can happen, because we don't actually, we think we're logical. We think our brain is making the decisions and running the show, but honestly, it's our feelings. There's a book, Rationally Irrational, that's, or is it Irrationally Rational? It's one of those two. And it's all about the fact that we think logically that our logic is running the show, but they look at all these studies of ultimately it's the feeling mechanism inside of us. It's our impulse. It's our irrational impulse that's running the show. So as marketers, when we can kind of tap into that and play on that, we can get the irrational side, which actually runs the show, to take the action before the logical side can even show up and understand what's going on. And that's what he's doing here. So this isn't a free plus shipping book. This is a book at cost. He specifically wanted to go outside of the norm and test something different and not do a free plus shipping offer, but practically free is still in there, and he's letting us know that we get the copy at actual cost. What he's doing is, you know, in the free plus shipping, in the internet marketing world, we're getting used to free plus shipping. If you're in a sub niche in dog training or in kind of health and well-being, the free plus shipping offer has not been seen by your audience that much, but as internet marketers, we've seen it a lot. So he's trying something different, because we know when we go through a free plus shipping offer, there's an upsell on the back end, and he's trying to kind of get our defenses down a little bit, so we'd be willing to take the next step in his funnel. And you'll notice he's got, so this is about medium length copy, I would say. The image, he's got the headline, and then he's got his text of where it's going, and then the learn more button, which is the call to action. So ultimately, I just wanted to show you these ones because it's really important for what we're doing to model people who are very successful. And again, very successful. Yannick Silver, he's been running the underground internet marketing conferences for 10, 15 years. That dude's been an online internet marketing gangster since like the early days, since the 90s. Russell Brunson has pulled in, I mean, his ClickFunnels software product is absolutely crushing it. He's bringing in probably $3 to $4 million a year right now. I don't actually know his revenue numbers, but I mean, the guy is definitely a multiple 7-figure earning person, and he has like a membership program, a mastermind program that costs $25,000 a year. So he's pretty badass at what he does. And then you've got people like Mike Dillard. He's made $50 million in 5 years. Dan Kennedy is one of the old school most successful marketers ever. He won't even look at a copywriting project unless you have $100,000 to pay him. Plus he wants back end off of the projects he works with. And Frank Kern, I mean, if you don't know who Frank Kern is, you got to go on YouTube and watch some of his older videos and some of his newer videos, because he started out selling dog training information, and he got really good at it, and he's been selling how to market yourself online and how to be a consultant information. And again, he's made just 8, maybe 9 figures of income in his lifetime online. So what I'm getting at here is follow people who are truly successful. There's this nouveau success or nouveau riche kind of level of internet marketing, and generally speaking, these people will be showing Lamborghinis and Ferraris in their garage. They're going to be doing video ads that are going to be similar to like, hey, everybody wants to see my house. They want a Cribs style, you know, walkthrough of my Beverly Hills house. Like, ignore those people. They're trying to use flash and they're trying to use kind of like this desire for more to get you into their funnel, but they don't actually have this solid internet marketing foundation. They're just selling hopes and dreams. These guys have sold real products for real people and services for dozens of years. So study those who are performing and producing the ultimate long-term result you want. And in the next video, we're going to go ahead and get into the Power Editor in Facebook, and we're going to create the ads. You're going to see where we need to go in the Facebook Power Editor to actually set up your own ad, just like the ones we looked at. So be sure to subscribe here or wherever that red subscribe button is. Find it and click it so you get notified when the next video comes out. If you have questions about these ads and these swipe ads that I showed, go ahead and leave me a comment. And if you like the video, click the thumbs up here in YouTube. I'm happy to keep these videos coming out. I'm happy to help you get your funnels and your marketing campaigns on Facebook running so you can get a profitable online business going. I'm Miles Beckler with milesbeckler.com, and I do thank you for your time.